Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here in the quietude of this moment, I invite you to embark with me on a journey deep into the labyrinthine corridors of the human psyche, a journey guided by the profound insights of psychological analysis, the subtle interplay of archetypes, and the shadowy recesses of our unconscious. Today, we delve into a theme that is both timeless and pressing in its relevance: the influence of narcissistic parents on the development of the child's psyche and the subtle, often insidious reprogramming that occurs as a result. Consider, if you will, the notion of the narcissistic parent. Here we encounter an individual whose self-preoccupation casts a long shadow over the fertile ground of a child's burgeoning consciousness. The narcissistic parent does not merely raise a child in the traditional sense. Instead, they engage in a form of psychic reprogramming that molds and reshapes the child's identity in accordance with their own unmet needs and desires. This is not a dialogue between parent and child, but rather a monologue where the child's own voice is often stifled or lost altogether. To understand this dynamic, we must turn our gaze inward towards the concept of the self and its development. The self, an archetype of wholeness, serves as the guiding force within the human psyche. Yet, under the influence of a narcissistic parent, the emergence of the self can be thwarted, leading to a fragmented identity. Such a child is often cast into a role, a persona, not of their own making, but one imposed upon them, an echo of the parent's own shadow and unfulfilled aspirations. The child aspires not to their own self-realization, but to fulfill the projections of the parent, becoming a vessel for the parent's unrecognized potential and unlived life. In this complex interplay, we witness the activation of several archetypes. The child may become the eternal child, forever seeking approval and validation. Alternatively, they may embody the martyr, sacrificing their own desires on the altar of parental expectations. Herein lies a profound tragedy. The child's own individuation process is hijacked, co-opted by the overarching narcissistic need for control and validation. The child, in essence, becomes a mirror reflecting back an idealized image that the parent desires to see, rather than a true reflection of their unique self. Yet, what of the unconscious, that vast reservoir of hidden potential and latent energies? The unconscious mind, as many of you are aware, is not passive. It is, in fact, teeming with life and vitality, offering a counterbalance to the conscious mind's often rigid structures. When a child is subjected to the narcissistic reprogramming of a parent, the unconscious begins to stir, reacting to the dissonance between the imposed persona and the authentic self. Dreams, those mysterious messengers of the night, may convey this conflict through symbols and narratives, offering glimpses of the hidden truth. Let us not forget the shadow, that darker aspect of our personality which we often deny or repress. In the child of a narcissistic parent, the shadow may grow disproportionately, reflecting the anger, resentment, and pain that cannot be consciously acknowledged. The shadow becomes a repository for all that the child is unable to express, manifesting in behaviors and attitudes that seem inexplicable or even self-destructive. Yet, within the shadow lies also the potential for healing, for it holds the keys to understanding the true nature of the self. The individuation process, the journey towards self-realization, is fraught with challenges for those shaped by narcissistic influences. Yet, it is precisely this journey that offers a path to liberation. Through the integration of the shadow, the confrontation with one's own unconscious contents, and the reclamation of the authentic self, the individual can transcend the limitations imposed by their upbringing. This is no easy task, for it requires courage and a willingness to confront one's own inner darkness. But it is through this confrontation that the light of consciousness can illuminate the path forward. As we ponder these insights, let us also consider the role of love and empathy in countering the effects of narcissistic reprogramming. True love, as opposed to the conditional love often dispensed by narcissistic parents, nurtures the soul and fosters growth. It is through love that the child learns to value themselves for who they truly are, rather than for what they can do or achieve. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, offers a bridge to genuine connection and understanding, dissolving the barriers erected by narcissistic defenses. In closing, I urge each of you to reflect upon these themes within the context of your own experiences and relationships. The journey of individuation is a deeply personal one, yet it is also universal, touching upon the very core of what it means to be human. As we strive towards self-knowledge and wholeness, let us remain mindful of the influences that shape us and the power we hold to transform our own destinies. Through this process, we not only heal ourselves, but also contribute to the healing of the collective unconscious, forging a path towards a more compassionate and authentic world. Thank you for your attention, and may the insights we have explored today serve as a beacon on your own journey of self-discovery. As we continue to explore the profound implications of narcissistic parenting, it is important to delve deeper into the psychological and spiritual ramifications of such an upbringing. The child of a narcissistic parent is often caught in a web of conflicting emotions and expectations, where the lines between self and other become blurred. This enmeshment can lead to a profound identity crisis, where the child struggles to discern where their own desires end and their parents' expectations begin. One of the most insidious effects of this dynamic is the development of a false self. This construct, born out of necessity, serves as a protective mechanism, allowing the child to navigate the tumultuous landscape of their familial environment. The false self is a facade, a carefully crafted persona that seeks to appease and placate the parent, while the true self remains hidden, buried beneath layers of compliance and conformity. The tragedy of the false self lies in its ability to eclipse the authentic self, leading to a life that is devoid of genuine fulfillment and purpose. Yet, within this crisis lies the seed of transformation. The individuation process, as I have often described, is akin to the alchemical journey of turning lead into gold. It requires the dissolution of the false self and the integration of the fragmented aspects of the psyche, this journey is not linear. It is a spiral where the individual revisits old wounds and patterns, each time gaining new insights and understanding. Through this iterative process, the individual begins to reclaim the lost parts of themselves, forging a path towards wholeness. Dreams, once again, serve as invaluable guides on this journey. They provide a window into the unconscious, offering symbols and narratives that illuminate the path ahead. The child of a narcissistic parent may experience dreams that reflect their inner turmoil and conflict. Yet, these dreams also hold the potential for healing and integration. By engaging with these dream images, the individual can begin to unravel the complex web of their psyche, gaining clarity and insight into their true nature. Moreover, the concept of the shadow becomes particularly relevant in this context. The shadow, as I have noted, encompasses all that we reject or deny within ourselves. For the child of a narcissistic parent, the shadow may be imbued with feelings of anger, resentment, and inadequacy emotions that were never allowed expression in the harsh light of day. However, by courageously confronting and integrating the shadow, the individual can access a reservoir of creativity and potential that has long lain dormant. The role of archetypes in this process cannot be overstated. Archetypes, those primordial images and patterns that reside within the collective unconscious, to provide a framework for understanding the universal themes present in our individual journeys. The hero, the caregiver, the rebel, each archetype offers a different lens through which to view our experiences and challenges. By recognizing and embodying these archetypal energies, the individual can tap into a deeper source of strength and wisdom, guiding them on their path of individuation. As we reflect on these themes, it is also essential to consider the role of societal and cultural influences. Narcissism, in many ways, is a reflection of the broader cultural milieu, where individualism and self-promotion are often valorized over community and connection. In this context, the narcissistic parent can be seen as both a product and a perpetuator of these values, transmitting them to the next generation. It is through awareness and conscious effort that we can begin to dismantle these patterns, creating a more compassionate and interconnected world. Ultimately, the journey of healing from narcissistic influence is one of self-discovery and empowerment. It requires a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths and to embrace the complexity of our own humanity. Yet, it is through this process that we can begin to transcend the limitations of our past and step into the fullness of our potential. As we continue to navigate this path, let us remain open to the insights and guidance that emerge from within, trusting in the wisdom of our own inner knowing. In closing, I encourage each of you to approach this journey with curiosity and compassion, both for yourselves and for those around you. The path of individuation is not one that we walk alone. It is a journey that is deeply intertwined with the collective experience of humanity. By embracing this interconnectedness, we can begin to heal not only ourselves, but the world at large, contributing to a more harmonious and evolved collective consciousness. Thank you once again for your presence and engagement And may the insights shared today serve as a catalyst for your own personal transformation and growth. As our exploration unfolds, let us continue to probe the depths of the psyche, examining the intricate dance between the conscious will and the unconscious forces that shape our lives. The legacy of a narcissistic upbringing is not merely a personal burden, but a shared narrative woven into the fabric of our collective consciousness. By understanding the psychological underpinnings of this dynamic, we embark on a journey not only of personal healing, but of cultural evolution. The narcissistic parent, in the quest for validation, becomes a conduit for projecting their unacknowledged fears and desires onto the child. This projection is akin to a shadow play, where the parent's own unresolved conflicts are cast upon the child's nascent psyche, obscuring the child's true essence. The child, in turn, internalizes these projections, constructing a self-image that is often distorted and misaligned with their authentic being. This internal conflict manifests in myriad ways, from feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt to a pervasive sense of unfulfillment. It is within this crucible of conflict that the potential for transformation resides. The process of individuation, a cornerstone of Jungian psychology, calls for a conscious engagement with these projections. By bringing them into the light of awareness, the individual can begin to discern the threads of their own narrative, disentangling them from the inherited patterns of their parents. This process is akin to a psychic alchemy, where the leaden weight of past conditioning is transmuted into the gold of self-realization. Central to this transformative journey is the concept of the personal myth. Each of us, whether consciously or unconsciously, lives by a narrative that shapes our understanding of the world and our place within it. For the child of a narcissistic parent, this myth is often one of unworthiness or perpetual striving for approval. Yet, by engaging in deep introspection and dialogue with the unconscious, the individual can begin to rewrite this narrative, crafting a story that reflects their true values and aspirations. The role of symbols and metaphors in this process cannot be overstated. Symbols serve as bridges between the conscious and unconscious realms, offering insights that transcend the limitations of rational thought. A dream of a labyrinth, for instance, may symbolize the complex journey of self-discovery, while the image of a phoenix rising from the ashes speaks to the transformative power of embracing one's own shadow. By engaging with these symbols, we unlock the door to a deeper understanding of our inner landscape. Let us now consider the importance of community and connection in the individuation process. While the journey inward is deeply personal, it is within the context of relationships that our true selves are often mirrored back to us. In a supportive and empathetic environment, the individual can explore their vulnerabilities and fears, gaining the courage to step into their own power. It is through the interplay of self and other that we come to recognize the universality of our experiences, fostering a sense of belonging and shared humanity. Moreover, the role of creative expression as a vehicle for healing and self-discovery is paramount. Whether through art, music, writing, or dance, creative endeavors allow us to articulate the inexpressible, giving form to the nebulous contents of the unconscious. In the act of creation, we find a space where the conscious and unconscious can meet, facilitating a dialogue that fosters growth and integration. This creative process is not about perfection, but about authenticity, a reflection of the soul's yearning for expression. As we navigate this complex terrain, it is vital to cultivate a sense of inner stillness and presence. In a world that often prioritizes external achievement and validation, the practice of mindfulness offers a refuge, a space where we can reconnect with our inner selves. Through meditation, contemplation, or simply being present in the moment, we attune to the subtle whispers of our intuition, allowing our true selves to emerge from the shadows. In conclusion, the journey of healing from the effects of narcissistic parenting is a profound and transformative process. It requires a willingness to confront the shadows of our past, to disentangle ourselves from inherited narratives, and to step boldly into the light of our own truth. As we undertake this journey, let us do so with compassion and curiosity, embracing both the darkness and the light within ourselves. By doing so, we not only heal our own wounds, but contribute to the collective awakening of humanity, forging a path towards a more integrated and harmonious world. Thank you for your continued engagement in this exploration. May the insights and reflections we have shared serve as guiding stars on your own path to wholeness and self-discovery. As we venture further into the intricate landscape of the psyche, let us pause to reflect on the profound implications of Carl Jung's insights into the nature of human development and transformation. The legacy of a narcissistic upbringing is not merely a personal narrative, but an archetypal journey, one that echoes through the corridors of time and finds resonance in the collective unconscious. In the heart of this exploration lies the notion of the wounded healer, an archetype that embodies both the pain of past wounds and the potential for profound healing and transformation. The child of a narcissistic parent, having traversed the shadows of their upbringing, is uniquely positioned to embark on this journey of healing. By integrating their experiences and transmuting their pain into wisdom, they become vessels of healing not only for themselves but for others who walk similar paths. This transformative process is deeply intertwined with the concept of the shadow, that hidden repository of our unacknowledged desires and fears. For many, the shadow is a source of trepidation, a dark corner of the psyche that we are reluctant to explore. Yet, as Jung so eloquently articulated, it is only by embracing our shadow that we can achieve true individuation. The shadow, when integrated, becomes a wellspring of creativity and vitality, offering a fuller expression of our humanity. In this context, the importance of inner dialogue cannot be overstated. Engaging in a conscious dialogue with the various aspects of the psyche, the ego, the shadow, the animus or anima, allows for a deeper understanding of the self. This process of inner dialogue is akin to a sacred conversation, one that invites us to listen to the whispers of our soul and align with our true purpose. It is through this dialogue that we begin to reconcile the disparate elements of our being, moving towards a more harmonious and integrated self. The role of dreams in this journey is pivotal. Dreams serve as a direct conduit to the unconscious, offering insights and revelations that the conscious mind may overlook. They are the language of the soul, rich with symbolism and metaphor, guiding us towards greater self-awareness. By engaging with our dreams, we can uncover hidden truths and gain clarity on our path forward. This engagement is not merely intellectual, but experiential, inviting us to feel and embody the wisdom that emerges from our nocturnal journeys as we delve deeper into the realm of the unconscious. We encounter the archetype of the self, the central archetype in Jung's model of the psyche. The self represents the totality of the psyche, encompassing both the conscious and unconscious elements. It is the archetype of wholeness, guiding us towards self-realization and individuation. The journey towards the self is a sacred quest, one that requires courage and a willingness to confront the unknown. It is a journey of becoming, where we shed the layers of conditioning and emerge as our authentic selves. The interplay between the individual and the collective is another crucial aspect of this exploration. While the journey of individuation is deeply personal, it is also a reflection of the broader collective experience. The archetypes that shape our individual journeys are part of the collective unconscious, influencing not only our personal narratives, but the cultural and societal narratives as well. By engaging in our own individuation, we contribute to the evolution of the collective consciousness, fostering a more enlightened and interconnected world. In this shared journey, the role of community and support is invaluable. Healing is not a solitary endeavor, but one that flourishes in the context of connection and empathy. By sharing our stories and experiences, we create a space for healing and transformation, where each individual's journey is honored and celebrated. This communal aspect of healing is a testament to the power of human connection, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles and triumphs. As we bring our exploration to a close, let us hold in our hearts the wisdom and insights that have emerged from this journey. The path of individuation is a lifelong quest, one that invites us to continually seek out and embrace the fullness of our being. It is a journey of courage and grace, where we learn to dance with the shadows and celebrate the light within us. As we walk this path, may we do so with an open heart and a steadfast commitment to our own growth and the well-being of the world around us. Thank you for your presence and engagement in this exploration. May the insights and reflections we have shared continue to illuminate your path as you journey towards greater self-awareness and fulfillment. As we continue our exploration, let us delve even deeper into the profound and multifaceted journey of self-discovery and transformation that lies at the heart of our human experience. We have touched upon the shadow and the archetypes, the conscious and the unconscious, yet there remains much to explore in the vast and mysterious landscape of the psyche. This journey is not merely about healing the wounds of the past, but about awakening to the full spectrum of our potential and stepping into the light of our true essence. The concept of synchronicity, a term I coined to describe meaningful coincidences, offers a glimpse into the interconnectedness of the psyche and the external world. These synchronistic events are moments when the inner world of the psyche aligns with the outer world of experience, revealing a deeper order and purpose at play for the individual grappling with the legacy of a narcissistic upbringing. These moments of synchronicity can serve as signposts, guiding them towards greater insight and understanding. They remind us that we are not isolated beings, but part of a larger, interconnected tapestry, where every thread weaves into the greater whole. At the heart of this journey is the quest for meaning, a fundamental aspect of the human condition. As we navigate the complexities of our own psyche, we are constantly seeking to make sense of our experiences and to find purpose in our lives. This search for meaning is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a deeply spiritual endeavor, one that invites us to connect with something greater than ourselves. It is through this connection that we find solace and inspiration, a sense of belonging in the vast cosmos. The role of the anima and animus, the inner feminine and masculine aspects of the psyche, is also pivotal in this journey. These archetypes represent complementary energies within us, and their integration is essential for achieving psychological balance and wholeness. For the child of a narcissistic parent, the anima or animus may be distorted or repressed, leading to an imbalance in their inner world. By consciously engaging with these aspects, we can foster greater harmony within ourselves, embracing the full spectrum of our being and transcending the limitations imposed by our conditioning. It is important to recognize that the journey of individuation is not a linear path, but a cyclical process, one that involves periods of descent and ascent, contraction and expansion. Just as the seasons change, so too do the phases of our inner journey. There are times when we must descend into the depths of our own psyche, confronting the shadow and the unresolved aspects of our past. And there are times when we ascend into the light, embracing the insights and wisdom gained from our journey. This cyclical process mirrors the natural rhythms of life, reminding us that growth and transformation are ongoing processes. As we engage in this journey, the practice of self-reflection becomes a vital tool for deepening our understanding of ourselves through journaling, meditation, or simply quiet contemplation. We create a space for introspection, allowing the deeper aspects of our psyche to emerge into awareness. This practice invites us to become the observer of our own thoughts and emotions, cultivating a sense of detachment that allows us to see our patterns and behaviors with greater clarity. It is through this lens of self-awareness that we can begin to make conscious choices that align with our true values and aspirations. In the midst of this exploration, let us not forget the transformative power of love and compassion. These forces, when cultivated within ourselves, have the capacity to heal and transcend the wounds of the past. Self-love, in particular, is a radical act for those who have grown up in environments where love was conditional or withheld. By embracing our own worth and inherent goodness, we create a foundation for authentic relationships and a life that reflects our true potential. As we draw our journey to a close, let us carry forward the insights and wisdom that have surfaced in our exploration. The journey of self-discovery is an ever-unfolding process, one that invites us to continually expand our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It is a path of courage and curiosity where we learn to embrace both the light and the shadows within us. As we walk this path, may we do so with an open heart and a steadfast commitment to embodying our fullest selves. Thank you once again for your engagement in this exploration. May the insights and reflections we have shared continue to illuminate your path, guiding you towards a life of greater meaning, fulfillment, and joy. As we continue our journey through the rich tapestry of the psyche, let us delve further into the transformative power of self-awareness and the liberation it offers from the constraints of a narcissistic upbringing. The journey towards self-realization is one that demands both courage and vulnerability as we confront the layers of conditioning and expectation that have shaped our identity. At the heart of this process lies the realization that our true essence is not defined by external validation or the roles we have been assigned. Instead, it is an inner core of authenticity that can only be discovered through introspection and self-exploration. This inner journey is akin to peeling away the layers of an onion, revealing the tender and vibrant self that lies beneath the protective layers we have constructed. A critical aspect of this exploration is the development of a strong and healthy ego. In Jungian psychology, the ego is the center of consciousness, responsible for our sense of identity and our ability to navigate the external world. However, in the context of a narcissistic upbringing, the ego may become either inflated or diminished, skewed by the projections and demands of the parent. By cultivating a balanced ego, we strengthen our capacity to engage with the world authentically, rooted in our own values and beliefs. The integration of the shadow, as we have discussed, is a fundamental step in this process. Yet, it is equally important to cultivate an awareness of our inner light, the qualities and potentials that are often overshadowed by self-doubt and fear. This light is our inherent creativity, our capacity for love and compassion, and our unique gifts and talents. By embracing this light, we begin to align with our soul's purpose, stepping into a life that resonates with our deepest aspirations. The role of the mentor or guide can be invaluable on this journey. Throughout history, the archetype of the wise old man or woman has served as a symbol of guidance and wisdom, offering support and insight to the hero on their quest. In our own lives, this mentor may take the form of a therapist, a teacher, or a spiritual guide, someone who holds a mirror to our soul and challenges us to grow beyond our perceived limitations. This relationship is one of mutual respect and trust, where the mentor serves not as a savior, but as a catalyst for our own inner transformation. As we deepen our understanding of ourselves, the importance of boundaries becomes increasingly apparent. Healthy boundaries are essential for maintaining a sense of self in the face of external pressures and expectations. For those who have grown up in environments where boundaries were blurred or violated, this can be a challenging but liberating practice. By asserting our own needs and desires, we create a space for our true selves to flourish, free from the encroaching demands of others. In this context, the practice of self-care becomes a radical act of self-preservation and empowerment. Self-care is not merely a set of external practices, but a profound commitment to honoring our own well-being on all levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. It is an acknowledgement of our own worth and a declaration that we are deserving of love and care. By prioritizing self-care, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience that supports us on our journey. Let us also consider the role of forgiveness in the healing process. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as condoning or excusing harmful behavior, yet in reality, it is a powerful tool for releasing ourselves from the chains of resentment and anger. By forgiving those who have wronged us, we free ourselves from the burden of carrying their actions within us. This does not mean forgetting or minimizing the impact of their actions, but rather choosing to release their hold on our present and future. As we engage in this healing journey, let us remain open to the mystery and wonder that life offers. The process of individuation is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding of our potential. It is a dance between the known and the unknown, where we are constantly invited to explore new facets of ourselves and the world. By embracing this dance, we cultivate a sense of curiosity and wonder that enriches our lives and expands our horizons. In conclusion, the journey of self-realization is a sacred and transformative path, one that invites us to transcend the limitations of our past and step into the fullness of our being. It is a journey of love and compassion, where we learn to embrace ourselves and others with open hearts. As we walk this path, may we do so with a spirit of gratitude and grace, honoring the wisdom that emerges from within and the beauty that surrounds us. Thank you for your continued presence and engagement in this exploration. May the insights and reflections we have shared continue to illuminate your path, guiding you towards a life of greater meaning, fulfillment, and joy. As we continue our exploration into the profound journey of individuation, let us turn our attention to the transformative power of personal responsibility and the role it plays in the liberation from past narratives. Taking responsibility for our own lives is an essential step in reclaiming our agency and stepping into a future that we consciously create rather than one dictated by the shadows of our upbringing. Personal responsibility involves acknowledging the influence of our past while simultaneously recognizing our power to choose how we respond to it. It is about moving beyond the role of victim and embracing the role of creator in our own lives. This shift in perspective is empowering, as it allows us to rewrite our personal narrative and align our actions with our deepest values and aspirations. A key aspect of this process is the cultivation of self-awareness. By becoming aware of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, we gain insight into the unconscious patterns that drive us. This awareness is the first step towards transformation, as it enables us to make conscious choices that reflect our true selves. Through practices such as mindfulness and meditation, we develop the ability to observe our inner world without judgment, creating a space for healing and growth. As we deepen our self-awareness, the importance of authenticity becomes increasingly apparent. Authenticity is the expression of our true self, free from the masks and personas we have adopted to navigate our environment. It is a courageous act, for it requires us to be vulnerable and honest with ourselves. and others. By embracing authenticity, we cultivate a sense of integrity and alignment that resonates throughout our lives. Fostering genuine connections and meaningful experiences in this journey of self-discovery. The role of intuition cannot be overlooked. Intuition is the voice of our inner wisdom, guiding us towards choices that are in harmony with our true nature. It is a subtle and often overlooked aspect of our consciousness, yet it holds profound insights that can illuminate our path. By learning to trust and follow our intuition, we access a deeper source of guidance that transcends the limitations of rational thought. The interplay between intuition and reason is a delicate dance, one that requires balance and discernment. While reason provides structure and clarity, intuition offers insight and inspiration. Together, they form a complementary force that supports our journey towards wholeness. By honoring both aspects of our psyche, we cultivate a more holistic approach to decision-making, one that is grounded in both wisdom and understanding. As we navigate the complexities of our inner and outer worlds, the concept of resilience emerges as a vital quality. Resilience is the ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity, drawing upon our inner strengths and resources to overcome challenges. It is not about avoiding difficulties, but about embracing them as opportunities for growth and transformation. By cultivating resilience, we develop the capacity to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity, emerging stronger and wiser from each experience. In this context, the practice of gratitude becomes a powerful tool for fostering resilience and well-being. Gratitude is the recognition and appreciation of the blessings in our lives. No matter how small they may seem, it is a practice of presence, inviting us to focus on the abundance that surrounds us rather than the lack. By cultivating gratitude, we shift our perspective from scarcity to abundance, fostering a sense of contentment and joy that supports us on our journey. As we reflect on these themes, let us also consider the broader implications of our personal transformation. Our journey towards individuation is not an isolated endeavor, but one that contributes to the collective evolution of humanity. By healing our own wounds and stepping into our potential, we become agents of change in the world, inspiring and supporting others on their own path. This ripple effect creates a more compassionate and conscious world where each individual's growth contributes to the greater whole. In conclusion, the journey of self-realization is a profound and ongoing process, one that invites us to embrace the fullness of our humanity and step into our true potential. It is a journey of empowerment and responsibility where we learn to navigate the complexities of our inner and outer worlds with wisdom and grace. As we walk this path, may we do so with an open heart and a spirit of curiosity, honoring the unique journey of each individual and the interconnectedness of all life. Thank you for your continued engagement in this exploration. May the insights and reflections we have shared continue to illuminate your path, guiding you towards a life of greater meaning, fulfillment, and joy. As we delve further into the intricate journey of individuation, let us consider the profound impact of embracing paradox and duality within the human experience. Life is a tapestry woven with threads of light and shadow, joy and sorrow, certainty, and doubt to fully engage with our own transformation, we must learn to hold these paradoxes with grace, recognizing that they are not contradictions, but complementary forces that enrich our lives and deepen our understanding of the psyche. The archetype of the trickster provides valuable insight into this realm of paradox. The trickster embodies the playfulness and unpredictability of life, challenging our preconceived notions and rigid beliefs. This archetype serves as a reminder that life is not always linear or logical, and that the unexpected often harbors profound lessons. By embracing the trickster within, we open ourselves to the spontaneity and creativity that arise when we release our need for control and certainty. Another powerful paradox inherent in the journey of individuation is the tension between independence and interdependence. As we strive towards self-realization, we must also acknowledge our inherent connectedness to others and the world around us. True individuation does not occur in isolation, but within the context of relationships and community. It is through our interactions with others that we come to understand ourselves more fully. And it is in the act of giving and receiving that we find balance and harmony. In this exploration, the concept of soul offers a rich and nuanced perspective. The soul represents the essence of our being, the unique spark that defines who we are beyond the confines of ego and persona. Nurturing the soul involves engaging in practices and pursuits that resonate deeply with our inner values and passions. It is through this soulful engagement that we experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment. As we align our outer actions with our inner truth, art and creativity play a vital role in this soulful engagement. Creativity is not limited to traditional artistic endeavors, but encompasses any activity that allows us to express our authentic selves and connect with the deeper currents of life. Whether through painting, writing, gardening, or cooking, creative expression invites us to enter a state of flow, where time dissolves and we become fully present in the moment. In this state, we tap into the wellspring of our own potential, experiencing a profound sense of unity with the world. As we nurture our soul through creativity, we also encounter the necessity of surrender. Surrender is often misunderstood as a passive act, yet it is, in fact, a powerful gesture of trust and acceptance. It involves releasing our attachment to specific outcomes and allowing life to unfold organically. And surrendering, we align ourselves with the natural rhythms of the universe, opening to possibilities and insights that transcend our conscious understanding. This act of letting go is not about relinquishing our power, but about embracing the mystery and potential inherent in each moment. The journey towards individuation also calls for a deep engagement with time, both as a linear construct and as a cyclical phenomenon. While the clock measures time in a linear fashion, the soul experiences time in cycles, reflecting the natural ebb and flow of life. By attuning to these cycles, we cultivate a sense of presence and patience, recognizing that growth and transformation occur in their own time. This cyclical understanding of time invites us to honor the seasons of our own lives, times of sowing, growing, harvesting, and resting, each with its own inherent wisdom and value. As we continue this exploration, Let us also reflect on the power of storytelling as a means of understanding and sharing our experiences. Stories provide a framework through which we can make sense of our lives, weaving together the disparate threads of our journey into a coherent narrative. Through storytelling, we connect with others, sharing our joys and struggles, our insights and revelations. Stories are the vessels through which wisdom is passed down, bridging the gap between generations and cultures, and reminding us of our shared humanity. In conclusion, the journey of individuation is a rich and multifaceted process, one that invites us to embrace the fullness of life in all its complexity and beauty. It is a journey of paradox and creativity, of surrender and engagement, where we learn to dance with the mysteries of existence. As we walk this path, may we do so with an open heart, a curious mind, and a courageous spirit, honoring the unique journey of each individual and the interconnectedness of all life. Thank you for your continued presence and engagement in this exploration. May the insights and reflections we have shared continue to illuminate your path, guiding you towards a life of greater meaning, fulfillment, and joy as we continue to traverse the rich terrain of the psyche. Let us turn our attention to the theme of transformation and rebirth. Central motives in the journey of individuation. Transformation is a profound process of shedding old identities and emerging into new forms of being. Akin to the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly, this process is often catalyzed by crisis or significant life events which serve as initiations into deeper levels of self-awareness and understanding. The symbolism of death and rebirth is prevalent throughout mythology and spiritual traditions, reflecting the universal cycle of endings and beginnings that characterize the human experience. In this context, death is not a literal end, but a metaphor for the dissolution of outdated patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us. It is an invitation to let go of the old and embrace the unknown, trusting in the inherent wisdom of the soul to guide us towards renewal and growth. In the alchemical tradition, this process is represented by the stages of nigredo, albedo, and rubedo. Nigredo, or the blackening, is a phase of dissolution and decay, where the ego confronts its shadow and the illusions of the false self are dismantled. This stage can be challenging and disorienting, as it involves a confrontation with the darker aspects of the psyche. Yet, it is through this descent into the depths that the seeds of transformation are sown. Albedo, or the whitening, follows as a phase of purification and illumination. Here, the individual begins to integrate the insights gained from the nigredo, experiencing a sense of clarity and awakening. This stage is marked by a renewed sense of purpose and understanding, as the light of consciousness shines upon the previously hidden aspects of the self. Finally, rubedo, or the reddening, represents the culmination of the alchemical process where the individual emerges transformed and whole. This stage is characterized by the integration of the opposites within the psyche, the union of the conscious and unconscious, the masculine and feminine, the shadow and the light. It is a state of inner harmony and balance, where the individual embodies their true essence and expresses it in the world. As we engage with this process of transformation, the importance of ritual and ceremony becomes apparent. Rituals provide a structured space for the psyche to navigate the transitions and thresholds of life, offering a sense of continuity and meaning, whether through meditation or prayer or symbolic actions. Rituals create a container for transformation, allowing us to honor the significance of our experiences and mark the passage from one phase of life to another. The power of community and support is also integral to this journey. While transformation is a deeply personal process, it is often facilitated by the presence of others who bear witness to our unfolding. In the context of community, we find encouragement and validation, as well as the opportunity to share our insights and growth. This collective support serves as a reminder that we are not alone in our journey, but part of a larger web of connection and belonging. As we reflect on these themes, let us also consider the role of nature as a teacher and guide. Nature embodies the cycles of transformation and renewal, offering a mirror for our own processes of change. By attuning to the rhythms of the natural world, we gain insight into the cyclical nature of life and the resilience inherent in the process of growth. Nature invites us to embrace the flow of life, trusting in the unfolding of our own unique path. In conclusion, the journey of transformation is a sacred and dynamic process, one that invites us to engage with the mysteries of existence and embrace the fullness of our potential. It is a journey of courage and surrender, where we learn to navigate the cycles of death and rebirth with grace and awareness. As we walk this path, may we do so with an open heart and a spirit of wonder, honoring the unique journey of each individual and the interconnectedness of all life. Thank you for your continued presence and engagement in this exploration. May the insights and reflections we have shared continue to illuminate your path, guiding you towards a life of greater meaning, fulfillment, and joy. As we journey further into the profound depths of transformation, let us contemplate the importance of integration, a vital aspect of the individuation process. Integration involves the assimilation of the insights and experiences gained throughout our journey, weaving them into the fabric of our conscious lives. It is an ongoing process of bringing the unconscious into awareness, where the fragments of our psyche are harmonized into a cohesive whole. At the core of integration lies the art of balance. The psyche is a dynamic system, constantly seeking equilibrium between its various components. This balance is not a static state, but a fluid dance, where the tensions between opposites, such as light and shadow, reason and intuition, and independence and connection, are harmoniously navigated. By embracing this dynamic interplay, we cultivate a sense of inner harmony that resonates throughout our lives. The concept of the mandala, a symbol of wholeness and unity, offers a powerful metaphor for integration. In many spiritual traditions, the mandala represents the cosmos and the self, a circular design that reflects the cyclical nature of existence. By engaging with the mandala, whether through creation or contemplation, we access a deeper understanding of our own psyche, finding a sense of order and meaning amidst the complexities of life. The journey of integration also invites us to explore the interplay between the personal and the collective, while Individuation is a deeply personal process. It is also a reflection of the broader cultural and societal narratives that shape our experience. The archetypes that reside within our psyche are part of the collective unconscious, influencing not only our individual journeys, but the evolution of humanity as a whole. By integrating these archetypal energies, we contribute to the transformation of the collective consciousness, fostering a more enlightened and compassionate world. In this context, the role of storytelling emerges as a potent vehicle for integration. Stories are the threads that connect us to our own experiences and to each other, offering a shared language through which we can articulate the nuances of our journey. Through the act of storytelling, we make sense of our past, envision our future, and find meaning in the present. Stories are the vessels of wisdom and insight, bridging the gap between the personal and the universal. As we weave our personal narratives, the importance of reflection becomes paramount. Reflection is the practice of turning inward, examining our thoughts, emotions, and experiences with curiosity and compassion. This practice encourages us to pause and consider the lessons and patterns that emerge from our journey, fostering a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Through reflection, we cultivate a sense of presence and mindfulness, allowing us to engage with life more fully and intentionally. In the midst of this exploration, let us also consider the role of gratitude as a transformative force. Gratitude is the practice of recognizing and appreciating the abundance in our lives, shifting our focus from what is lacking to what is present. By cultivating gratitude, we open our hearts to the richness of our experiences, fostering a sense of contentment and joy that supports our journey of integration. This practice is not about denying the challenges we face, but about embracing the fullness of life with an open and receptive heart. As we continue this journey of integration, the importance of self-compassion becomes increasingly evident. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a dear friend. It is an acknowledgement of our shared humanity, recognizing that imperfection and struggle are inherent aspects of the human experience. By cultivating self-compassion, we create a nurturing inner environment that supports our growth and healing, allowing us to embrace our journey with grace and resilience. In conclusion, the journey of individuation is a sacred and multifaceted process, one that invites us to engage with the complexities of the psyche and the mysteries of existence. It is a journey of integration and balance, where we learn to navigate the tension between opposites and embrace the fullness of our potential. As we walk this path, may we do so with an open heart and a spirit of curiosity, honoring the unique journey of each individual and the interconnectedness of all life. Thank you for your continued presence and engagement in this exploration. May the insights and reflections we have shared continue to illuminate your path, guiding you towards a life of greater meaning, fulfillment, and joy